Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome everybody to Stock Market Technical Analysis Daily for Thursday already, my friend. Wow, time flies by. Thursday, April the 22nd. I have to pinch myself literally each and every day because, hey, the routine of being locked down in California, in Southern California, where I'm coming to you live this morning for another episode of Pre-Markets Analysis on here where we take the time to teach. Yes, we do teach on how to go about identifying opportunities for trading options so that you can become a consistent trader or so that you can take your trading to the next level or wherever high you want to go. So, my name is Telex. This is our little tiny community on here. So before we get started, I have to say hello to Beautiful Gates and Mr. Joe. Yes, those some of those folks, especially those two this morning. It wasn't even 8:50 yet. It's currently 8:51. I really feel bad every time that I start this thing late. So I'm gonna try my best. I know every when I say something, typically, oh yeah, the test will come. I will come back to that, yes. But yeah, I like to start on time on here at 8:50. Sometimes I even just put the broadcast in live and start showing let's say some of the pre-market on Finways in case though some people connect early. I mean they can follow pre-market that much. Trust me. If maybe I need to do it. I made a video a little bit about it the other day, but on how to be spending your time in pre-market if you have the time. If you have the time, for me that's mean waking up 4 a.m. Pacific time, right? But there is so much value into it, folks, because when you prepare yourself, right, before the market open, guess what? Things the trading slow down to you. You are able to identify opportunities better than just I don't know for you, but for me, I always feel more comfortable when I already have my plan ahead of time. So meaning I have my trade layout or stock that a specific stock that I'm definitely looking at. We have a group, a large list of basket of stocks that we are looking at, right? Then we have like our watch list, which yesterday I said, oh yeah, I spent time here yesterday, um, encouraging traders to take it, and guess what? Not that many of them moved yesterday, but there were other opportunities to make money yesterday in the market. So let's highlight some of the opportunity yesterday that were in the market. So for that, I'm going to share my trading view screen on here if the computer will abide. And please, I'm not taking for granted that the quality of the sound is acceptable. So if somebody could just confirm that it's somehow I'm not just because even yesterday um, I think Mr. Joe said that at the end, the sound was, I don't know, we lost the sound or something. I don't know at what point at the end, if it was at the closing or at one point. So please keep me keep me informed of any technical. Not that, so yeah. Most of the time, trust me, I'm just on the right. This the technology really. This is not. It's not so. Let's not even spend time there. Let's spend time. Okay, very quickly identify some of the opportunity yesterday. We started the day yesterday with a well. We closed the day at or well we started the day with Netflix earning and the gangster trade that we went into it. I have to say, I mean, I don't know, right? It wasn't all that. It was. Well, I mean, there was some money made, yeah, but not nothing to write home about, if you will. And this is a pattern that for me I'm beginning to see on Netflix earnings a little bit. So I mean, the previous one was actually better. The previous one was better. Yesterday, look at the range. Look at the range. This tiny candle on here, a low of so open at 508, a low of 503, 515. I mean, for me, the biggest highlight was that I was able to get into some cheap 2 cents contract. But nah, I think they gave me one cent, and then I was very impatient with it when I saw that say this thing was stuck in a range. On a 15-minute chart, this is what it looks like. So Netflix, yeah. Anytime, folks, that you are on any type of trade, the way that for us we trade, right? I mean, here the only reason we got into this trade because it gapped down, so gangster trade. But imagine, let's say, if this is a trade that you were starting um, just as a directional trade. The earliest that this thing gave us hope, any type of hope, was somewhere here or about 11:15 Eastern. These three consecutive candle 11:30 Eastern, but then it got rejected at the EMA 8 here, the yellow line. So that was because that was the first time that this is above VWAP posting higher highs. Here, yeah, we're below VWAP on here. We're not really posting lower lows. That's the thing, yeah. So if you want to break down, so in any case, Netflix was disappointing yesterday. There was tiny bit of money made, but not that much given the amplitude of the move. So today's day two. To be honest with you, I still have a few of my contract left, but not as many as I had because I was loaded. I was ready yesterday, and I took that money, whatever that tiny money is, and hope to parlay that into something else. Parlay that into something else, such as SPY. Yesterday was Wednesday, so you know we trade SPY on Wednesday. But even better than the last 30 minutes trade or last hour trade at the end of the day. Look, here's the chart of SPY. Yeah, SPY provided an opportunity yesterday for above VWAP posting higher highs because this strength on here, we have seen this type of strength on SPY. So the entire day yesterday, this was a chart that you could have traded at any, and then at the end of the day here, for us, the 416 calls that we mentioned to you, you could have gotten them for 5 cents. I kid you not. And they went as high as 31 cents. I think for us, entry was 8 cents. And then we did scale exit number one at like 28 or 27 cents, which is not bad. That's better than Netflix, folks. Yeah, because that's 200% right there. Yeah, 200% in a matter of 45 minutes of work. I like that type of return. But the entire day on here, let's say the 415 calls, they were decent. They were decent, especially if you were to hold them all the way on here when it was at 416. But let's say from this candle on, because yesterday I tried to chart this and study this, you could have gotten into this thing, let's say, because this is a 15-minute candle. This is a big candle. This is $1 this thing gain here in just 15 minutes, meaning you have the time, yeah, in this candle. If you will go to 5-minute interval to get into that trade, maybe at 413, from 413 to 415, I think because it took time, yeah, it took a couple of hours or something. I think you could have gotten 150% thereabout. So there's opportunities. I mean, not every single day that SPY will give us, okay, that 10 bagger or something. But when it happens like this, we have to identify that and trade that accordingly. The other trade, speaking of the ETF, on the theme of the ETF, so SPY definitely provided opportunity. I'm just going through the other ETFs on here. QQQ, I didn't trade QQQ yesterday, but its pattern looked a little bit similar. QQQ was the one that was struggling the most because while the others, SPY definitely was trending up, this one was going a lot of sideways and it was still negative all the way to 11 Eastern. The one that really for us has been working well this week rather, it's IWM. I want to start with its daily chart because this is something that we talk about. I think yesterday I was saying that on Wednesday we made money on the put side, trading the 212 puts. But remember what we do, right? For us on here, we will teach you on how to carry position overnight. So meaning the hedge that we had on some of our remaining puts is the 226 call. How do we, well, I say is because it's seen on. But then, my friend, yesterday the turnaround, yeah, on this turnaround, the whole position actually went up positive, meaning that by keeping the rest of my puts from Wednesday where we took partial profit, and then the hedge gave us the opportunity actually to scale more in. So because this, look how many points this is. So from 216 on here, let's say it opened at 217, 217.02, went in and posted a low of 215.50. So 217, 220, that's 5 points. 5 points on an ETF like IWM is decent. So I can go from memory. I think the 226, those are the ones that I'm using. And trust me, they are not far-fetched that, let's say, maybe tomorrow, they could be in the money, or even today, we don't know. With, let's say, the initial job report that came in, it seems as if the market reversed on here. Yeah, earlier in pre-markets, IWM was losing minus 0.5%. Now it's trading flat at 222.52. So the 226 calls expiring tomorrow on IWM, yes, they ran yesterday on this big candle. That's thus proving to you that, hey, when you have a position that you manage properly, you can really sit tight, relax, and let the market just move without any type of wahala, if you will. So back-to-back days, made money on the 212 puts, and then turn around, make money on the 226 calls yesterday on IWM, and we're looking for more to see. Now this zone here has been a zone, an area of a lot of sideways, right? We want to break in either direction on here. You see the tightening of the Bollinger Band that we've talked about, just like here. You see similar thing on here. Anytime that you see the Bollinger Band pinching closer to each other, that's a big move. A big move is coming. We have seen it here. This is okay. Let me slow down on here and go back to see this because I didn't even prepare this as much. So here's a lesson, if you will, or teaching on here on technical analysis. So the tightening of the Bollinger Band, it's an indication of a pending big move. We don't typically know the direction, right? The direction will reveal itself a little bit after, but you can see on here how the Bollinger Band, they came together and then this thing bounced off. The Bollinger Band were coming together around here and then bounced off, put a high. Now, we have seen these patterns where it fell here because after posting this low here, the low all over, we're expecting this thing to go up all the way and puts a higher value than 233. The other ETF did that. QQQ SPY did that. This thing haven't done that yet. Are they doing that? So I'm going to give it a week. So let's reconvene by a week time to see, okay, will IWM be trading above 230? If this momentum is to confirm, what do we need for it to confirm? We need the price to break all of this nonsense, no going anywhere here. Let's look at the high here. So 225. So let's make it, okay, you put an alert on here above 226, which is possible between today and tomorrow, really. Above 226, then the IWM will recapture the bullish momentum. All right. So that's was that opportunity there yesterday. There are other stock that were moving yesterday a little bit that were started position. Let me just check on here. Thank you, Mr. Joe, for confirming, and Mr. T confirming the audio. All right, so that was yesterday. So yesterday, our watch list, we didn't see that many movers. To be honest, I didn't see anything. There were maybe a couple of things above us, 50%, but they did not carry on or anything. It was rather disappointing. But that's not a problem. Let's say today is a new day, and we know we're going to be getting a new watch list today. But I'm seeing just a lot of activities on a lot of stock this morning. So very quickly, in the next 15-20 minutes, let me go and take a look at the specific stock that are moving. The first thing that we want to do each and every day here during over the next 4 weeks, yeah, thereabout, because we are in earnings season, yeah. Earnings bring movement, folks. Earnings bring movement. Let's convince ourselves of that, right? So here I'm sharing a screen of Finvase, and in here we have it now set per default. We can actually go ahead and save it if we want here. Could I save that on here and say edit screen? Yeah, you can go edit screen and then save this setting. So what am I doing here? Let's go back and show everybody. I'm looking at yesterday after market close for earnings, and then today before market open. Look how big the list is this morning. And tomorrow that list is going to be even bigger. So we have 35 stocks that at least okay, this is not everything. Yeah, let's actually let's take a moment here. So let's remove our filtering to say, let's remove one of the filters. If we say we want everything regardless of the volume, this is the daily average volume. That's what that number is. If we want everything regardless of the volume, because here to get these 35 stocks we're looking at over 1 million. If we say any, we go from 35 to 101, folks. This means there are 101 stocks according to Finvase that are optionable, criteria number 1, and that are over $20 and which that had their earnings yesterday after market close or today before the market open. And this is the biggest movers on here. So Sleep Number Corporation, yeah, I'm guessing that I'm not sure if we saw that one when we say we have 1 million. It's the most bearish of them. One that's definitely bearish, and I'm glad that I'm seeing that on here. All right, Freeport McMoran. Okay, this is our stock, folks. This is our stock. So pre-market, 272,000 shares of volume. Okay. That's where studying pre-markets would come in handy, yeah. And that's where you come on here because somebody else is looking, and trust me, my set of two eyes are not your set of eyes as well. Will bring value into looking at pre-market. So between my set of two eyes and yours combined, guess what? Then you are looking at four eyes on here. You can form an opinion. So here's what for us I want us to do. I want us. So this day, this pre-market volume of 275,000 shares is a lot. Yeah, it's a lot because it's unusual for. I mean, for a stock to have earnings, apps not that much of a big deal. But for this stock, yeah. But now, for me, I'm going to go even further here. Minus 1.67%. Okay, that's as we talked about gap. Here's a chart of FCX. Basically, where am I going with this? Telex. Long story short, tell people which that you want to tell them. Yeah, let's go and start trade this thing. Let's go and start trade this thing. That's all that matters. So that's the stock is moving. It had earnings. It's gapping, not by a huge much because 1 or 2% on a $35 stock is less than $1. But this, well, I mean, when the stock move $1, that's 3%. So let's see on here. And for those who have had the opportunity recently or in the past to study the Gangster trade, you remember a presentation where I did show you a chart. I think it was what's the earnings of August of 2020. Before we revealed the Gangster trade to you in our bootcamp, FCX is on there, meaning that FCX has a history of actually moving as a gangster. So my friend, yeah, that those are the type. That's all we need to know. Yeah, if it had happened once, that's all we need to know. So I'm going to. Is there a way for me to? Okay, it's going to be difficult to speak and look at the option chain at the same time. You can go to your option chain, but I can just read it on here. So the implied volatility obviously was very high, as typical. So the stock was trading yesterday at 35.90. As of now, it's at 35.30. It hasn't moved that much. Again, $1 move on a $35 stock is a big deal, right? So for us on here, let's try to pick some strike price. So on the call side, these things were super expensive yesterday, so please do not pay that much attention to what that happened yesterday to be able to put you off that. Hey, how can a stock that has been trading yesterday at an option at so over $2 or yeah, now you want to get it for 10 cents? You will, yeah. Did somebody look at Netflix yesterday? Remember those some of those contracts that were $10 and what of the like? We got entry on every. Oh no, the only one we didn't get entry. Let's say on the calls we got the 560, 555. Maybe we didn't get the 550, but I got everything else on the other direction. So that just tells you. But yet they were worth over $10 the previous day. So let's see on here from 35 level. We can try to target from $1 and above. So 36 and a half, yeah, we want that, and 37. Yeah, yesterday those were going in the vicinity. The 36 were going for 95 bill $1, but again that was when the implied volatility was jacked up. Implied volatility will come down on here tremendously this morning. So we want to get into the 36 and a half, 37. Just okay, 37 and a half, but really I'm pushing it here. So for us, we are going to say we want to get in for 5-10 cents. 5-10 cents or 10-15 Telex. Well, in any case, let's do this. Let's make this super simple. I mean, we can always adjust when it opens and we have time to see, right? So 36 and a half, 37 and a half, and what I'm saying that let me type it on here in the Gangster Trade channel. We have some. That's where those who no, let me not say that, Telex. Yes, Telex has been taking a jab at people lately. I mean, come on now, Telex. Okay, Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. You are watching a live broadcast from Southern California of pre-market analysis on Successful Trading Channel. And right now we are live. Yeah, we are live. This is live trading. I mean, we are live trading, setting up a Gangster trade on FCX. There's something that's making me laugh. I will tell you that print prior to one of those days. So we want to trade FCX April 23rd, which is tomorrow expiration. Yes, that's what we do. All right, so let's start with the call side. So we said on the call side 36.5, 37. And if this doesn't make sense at all to you, that's okay. That just means that you have not had the opportunity, if you are catching this live broadcast for the first time, to get familiar with our gangster trade. So we will definitely invite you to go to successfultrading.com. We usually have a link on here. I'm not sure that I posted that today, to take advantage of some of the strategies. So the gangster trade on here, the call side for FCX, currently trading at 35.42, slight just 1% down. So we want to target 36.5, 37, 37.5 for 10-15 cents on the call side. And then on the put side, and again, if you're looking at your option chain right now, you're seeing huge price yesterday. Yes, that was yesterday. Those prices will come down today because implied volatility at the open here will drop significantly. So on the put side, similarly, let's say, what can we target on here? We can start at 33, and I'm going to just pick two strikes under, really. I mean, 33. Yeah, that's, yeah, 33. Let's see, they have 33.5. So we're going to go 33.5 and 34 puts. All right, for 10-15 cents. Okay. All right. And let's see. Oh yeah, and then obviously you can pick further strike. I would, for very cheap, super cheap price. So we have seen here. So for me, let's say, you can try it even, let's say 38, 38 and a half for less than 5 cents. Yeah, this thing, 300,000 shares. I'm expecting a big move. I'm expecting a big move. It has shown that we just do not know the direction. So hence, for us, when we get those fills, we feel very confident that we are going to make money. So that's the concept behind the gangster trade. All right. So hopefully everybody got that under. So for FCX, let me just make sure that I type it properly, because I'm known for typos. And yeah, I see. You see. on the in the oops in the Discord room, I type between 1 and 15 cents. I'm sure if somebody saw that, there was, it's gonna confuse. So I'm correcting it now. It's 10 to 15 cents, or that we want to get the 33.5 and the 34 puts. So 36.5, 37, 37.5 calls for 10-15 cents, 33.5, 34 puts for 10-15 cents. All right, that's on FCX. That's a mover in pre-market, so definitely we cannot pass on that. We have seen big potential for the stock after earnings. So we got that one out of here, yeah. And because we are familiar with that one, we are picking that one. Another one that had earning yesterday on here, you are seeing am I showing the, yeah, I'm still on Findays. Las Vegas Sand minus 2% at 59.60. Yeah, its option actually, when I looked at it yesterday, its option were not that expensive. Well, 10% away it takes for 25 cents. Yeah, relatively speaking. So I mean, you can definitely set up something like on here. For me, I want to focus on some other stock this morning. So that gangster trade is the one that's but if let's say, here's the thing, right? If you don't take a gangster trade on a stock, and later on that stock is trending in that direction, as long as you have it on your watch list, you can trade it directionally. There's nothing wrong with that. Later on, when the stock gives us a direction, yeah, so it's not as if, hey, because we didn't take a trade on the gangster trade, that means that, hey, we cannot trade that stock for the rest of the day if it's moving. Absolutely not. All right. So that stock that have earnings already. So stock that will be having earnings after hours today, there are two of them that for us we want to go all over. And yesterday I promised that I want to be talking about proxy, the concept of proxy in earnings. So what is the concept of proxy in earning? It simply means that, okay, stock that having earning, but then we trade a stock in the same sector. Snap Both Snap and Intel provide such opportunities. Meaning, in this scenario, we're talking about, okay, trading them before earnings, those stock before earnings, not the stock themselves, but the proxy. So in the case of Intel, its famous proxy, it's none other than AMD. But I mean, the implied volatility will be jacked up on AMD as well. Yeah. So AMD, we don't have time on here, as I need to finish all of the stock list that I have to. But we can go back 2 or 3 earnings ago. No, 2 earnings ago or last earning. Intel tank in that. Let's bring the chart of Intel here, the daily chart of Intel, and to illustrate our points. The last earning actually was a bit, so it was in January. It was, man, everything just look alike for me on here. So it was this one in October, I believe, right? So the day before 53, and then it tanked to 47. Yeah, October earnings, Intel tanked 16% or thereabouts. Yeah, on that day, AMD is proxy or its competitor. So a proxy for you and me will be a direct competitor in that industry. That's one. So because well, I mean, fundamentally, should we explain this? The sense that, okay, if you have two competitors, one is losing market share in in that industry, so the competitor must be gaining. That's what usually will happen between Intel and AMD. So they act as proxy for each other. But especially in this direction, meaning that when Intel is reporting, all eyes are on AMD, because any type of weakness on Intel is perceived as strength for AMD. So the earnings going to be after hours, meaning for us we are going to be trading Intel tomorrow. But on today date, we have, this is something now that we have seen. Keep an eye of potential for scalping on Intel on here throughout the day, especially in the last couple of hours. We usually tend to see moves. Yeah, we have shown instances on here where you could either trade directionally if it's giving you a direction, and you see a stock not move that much. It was AMD, if I recall, but it was another one. The stock will move like 0.2%, and then its option will appreciate 100% or thereabout, because the implied volatility, as we are going to be approaching towards 4 p.m. Eastern, when the market will be closing, will be going higher and higher on stock that have earnings after hours. So Intel, we keep an eye on it, and I don't know, Intel, looking at where it is, I don't know, I'm not prognosticating anything, but I'm just looking at the pattern on here. You see these? Could I? Let's see. Can we brush them? All right. So this V shape, thereabout. Okay. So this is half of a V. So if Intel does something like this, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So it has been moving a lot on earnings recently. We have our quantitative analysis data to show us that. Yeah. If you don't have this document, I mean, shame on you or on me. But I know for our subscriber, for those who are just, you're watching this broadcast, you're wondering what is this document? This guy calling this earning quantitative analysis. Yeah, come purchase a copy. You will not regret it. I guarantee you that. It's still time. This is the beginning of earnings season. We study earnings, and that helps us identify opportunity. I will even teach you how to use this document. Here are the last 3 earnings for Intel. Well, we have all of them since 2017, but more particularly, if we look at the last 3, July of 2013, minus 13%. October of 2020, yeah, that's July of 2020, yeah, July 23rd, minus 13%. Then October of 2020, minus 10%. The last earnings in January, it was minus 5.7. Now, I'm not by no means suggesting that Intel, if anything, actually at this level, I just told you that if you had to ask me an answer, I will look at this one from a technical point of view. I will look at it. Is this support on here? Yes. I look left, always look left. It has bounced previously from here, and on earnings, if let's say they are to, most companies, beating the earnings has not been a big deal recently. I kid you not, folks. Left and right? So we know what happens there. So potentially, actually, I'm not sure how traders go about. Look, retail traders go about. It's not because the stock has dropped 3 consecutive times on its earning that you're going to see is going to do something. No. For you and me, yeah, we know better than that. All we know is that we expect a big move post earning, but market makers, they know that as well. That's why they're gonna jack up the implied volatility. Yeah, this is not actually. If you go back the last 5 earnings, Intel has moved at least by minus 4.8% between the closing price and the opening price the next day. Meaning, this is reflecting what's going to be the price at the closing today versus tomorrow morning. So, but for us, we're saying the first opportunity for us on here is to day trade Intel, meaning we take a position to take advantage of volatility increase, make some money, close that position, and but tomorrow morning, oh yeah, we definitely will be all over Intel trading that one after earnings. So that's our best way for us to go about trading earnings. Another one that had earnings and we do not want to miss, same thing, applying the same technique. And the proxy for this one, so Snap has earnings after hours. The proxy for this one is anything in the social media. So Twitter will definitely act as a proxy, a potential proxy. Facebook, it's even closer as the other one on there. So what does our quant analysis tell also Snap? Again, before, the best thing is just scalp today during the day, and then wait for tomorrow because where's Snap? Okay, here's Snap. You see the number of green and red cells? That's all I need to know. So when I see something like that, so over the last 3 earnings, Snap, doesn't matter how it reports, Snap has done 12%, 11%, 14%, 3 out of 4 times. The other time was July of 2021, where it went minus 4% on day one. So day one will be that tomorrow Friday. Imagine trading a stock that's moving in either direction. I do not care, folks, which direction it moves, right? It's moving double digits in either direction on the Friday expiration. Ooh, I like that. I like that. So this is our reason. We're giving you a reason to be with us here tomorrow morning at this very time. We will be unveiling our gangster trade on Snap if you are into that type of thing, right? So that's that. Very quickly, before we depart, there are a couple of stocks on here that are moving in pre-market. Here's one of them, Pins. I almost traded this one yesterday, but I mean, it was tempting, but it didn't go. Well, I mean, if I took it as an overnight trade, I will be looking at myself as a very smart person as of now. Yeah, a downtrend. Definitely bearish trend or the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then that first time that it posted a green candle, always interesting, and now it's gapping. We have seen this stock on here. Do not worry, folks. Obviously, you can gangster trade this if you want because it's gapping. Meaning, hey, if there's any even dead cat bounce or whatever, the closest resistance on here will be from this level. If it goes above 75, oh man, those 75, they were they were going for about $1 yesterday. So here they are going to really appreciate this morning. So the resistance here will be the yellow line EMA 8. That will be 76.5 or thereabout. But it's moving in pre-market and it's showing some momentum. The other one doing so, well, Peloton, yeah, but Peloton is a nasty stock. I don't want to be talking about Peloton. I mean, we made money on Peloton yesterday, don't get me wrong. This one, DraftKings, because its chart looked pretty much like, yeah, here's DraftKings, okay? Big candle yesterday after a bearish trend. Yeah, how do we know bearish trend? The EMA 8 has crossed below the EMA 20 since March 29, 2021. And then more recently in April, since April 7, a series of red candle and mixed with some rare one green candle on here, posting lower lows. And then yesterday, closing above exponential moving average 8. The slope of the yellow line there, as you can see, yeah, it changed. It was going down and yesterday flattened. Now is looking up. The stock is gapping slightly on here. This less than let's go back here, March the 22nd. This stock was trading at $74. It's less than $60 as of now. Yeah. So what are we looking for in this type of stock? Confirmation of the bullishness. So meaning the stock needs to show strength by closing or by trading above the natural resistances on the chart, which are the exponential moving averages. So we have EMA 8 yellow line. We closed above it yesterday. That was at 58.29. Then now it's opening at 59.30. If according to whatever trading view is showing me, the resistance or the closest next resistance is that green line at 60.42. After that, my friend, should this thing close the week above $62 thereabout, next week we know what your trade. We can start taking a trade for next week on that for, let's say, 70 and above. So this is how this stock they tend to trade. I didn't mean to do that on that chart. Okay, oops. Okay, I'm doing it again. I meant to do this on here, on the other screen on here. So definitely that's a stock on here to look at a potential reversal. The other stock that's I do not want to depart without bringing up is Jumia. I posted this in the one of the trade channel yesterday inside of our Discord room. Yeah, this here, it's even I depicted this stock in an article that's written on the blog successfultrading.com. The title of the article is is on stock patterns, right? So on classic stock pattern, if you will. This one is the triple bottom stock pattern. Yeah, you can see it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's that's a bottom means that the stock has bottomed out and then start going up. So we explained that in that article. The article actually is getting some views. I'm not sure a lot of people are really into technical analysis nowadays. So we are glad to have on there. So if you want to read that article, it's on there. So we have talked about this pattern on here. It failed last time on here. Let's say yesterday the stock gained 6%, but I mean it's a $28 stock. So this morning is gapping a little bit. Let's see here. It's a potential candidate for us to be trading it over the next couple of days. All right, folks, that's it. We appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody. And we will catch you tomorrow, same time, same host. Bye-bye.